Hello friends, it's Julie Norman, and today I want to give you a little bit of a health update, and I'm going to share with you something that came in the mail. So about a couple weeks ago, I posted a video on having a hard time with my with a flare-up, and also with having issues with mobility. I was talking about walkers and all that stuff. I wanted to give you a little update on that. So my flare-up lasted about a week, and then I was better. I have been pretty much better since then. I may have had some small minor things going on since. I don't know what triggered it. I don't know if it was the food or some stress. It's really hard to know. The day that video came out was actually the day I went into the rheumatologist. So thank you so much for all your kind words and all the well wishes. I so appreciate that. And I know there's some of you that emphasize with me who also suffer from some chronic illness or disease, or you have someone close to you, and some of you may have no experience, which is fine, and I appreciate you watching these. Maybe you can learn a little bit more. There's probably someone in your life that deals with it. You may not know, because sometimes you just don't want to tell everybody. But anyways, now the doctor, actually his assistant, suggested that I go on another medication. I already take one for my autoimmune issues, but it seems like since the last appointment about 6 months ago, my symptoms have slowly been creeping up, and it could be part of the AIP diet. I don't know if I reintroduce something that sometimes gives me issues, and maybe not all the time, or just who knows. If you want to know more about the autoimmune protocol diet, I will link below some information, or above something for you, so you know what I'm talking about. But it's basically an elimination diet that takes out any kind of foods that can give you a flare-up, and then you slowly add them back and see which ones you have issues with. So I don't know if I ate something or am eating things that I shouldn't be, that my symptoms are going up, or is it because of the progression of the diseases? So there are a couple things. And I did a lot of Googling about this new medication they want to put me on. It's called methotrexate. And you look at side effects, and you're going to find a lot of people with bad stories. So it kind of scared me off, because I said, well, let me do some research, and then I'll let you know if I want to start this one. But there was one person I think in the AIP support group on Facebook that said that she said that you diet alone is not going to do everything for you with these diseases, so you may as well take some medications too. And then I mentioned it to a friend who has been in the medical field for years, and she says it's a pretty common, standard medication for what you're going through, and one of the not lower but basic one. So I think I'm going to try it, and I think I will call that in or message that in today. So that is the update, and I got something in the mail. Came in this envelope, and it is this. Oh my gosh, guys. I was so excited when this came in the mail, because I'm like, it went through. And I'm like, yes. And my first thought is like, now we can go to Glacier Park. There's a story I'll share with you about that. And then I thought, oh, wait a minute. That was really easy. And the whole process of thinking about, do I need this? Do I need a handicap placard? All right, so excuse me for that. My husband was out there. So anyways, I was saying that this was kind of easy, and it was almost too easy. So this whole process, when I started thinking, should I get something like this just in case? Because I really had a bad week. I could have a bad day. I could have a bad month. Who knows? So, and from going to that process to going to the appointment and to getting it, there was no question in anyone's mind. There was nothing like, maybe you're not that bad. Maybe you should wait until your symptoms get worse, or you don't qualify, but, so none of them had any hesitation. The doctors, the nurses, even the government, there was no question about it. And that made me pause and say, am I worse than I think I am? Because nobody questioned that I needed this. Or is it the system? But I mean, at the appointment, immediately they got me the paperwork and to help me fill it out. They knew what to do. Nobody questioned it. And I was expecting it. I was expecting them to say, maybe wait a year or something. The speed of this really surprised me. And almost to the point of making me go, whoa. Am I really this person? I'm really this person now. Not that I'm trying to label myself or classify myself, but I am physically at the point where nobody questions that I need this. Medically, in the government, I must have qualified on all points because they quickly sent it out. On the one hand, it's really nice that I could get it. On the other hand, it's making me take a mental step back and saying, wait a minute, am I really handicapped? And to question that, because I'm just kind of a little blown away and processing it. And in the meantime, while I process it, maybe I'll have another video where I'm thinking about it more. I'm just pondering it, the implications of how fast this happened. It has been just maybe a little over a year since I've been diagnosed with all this stuff, how my life has changed. So mentally, my mind is still catching up with all this stuff. So anyways, if you have any thoughts about that, let me know. If you've had one too, it's just kind of like, And now, am I going to have the courage to use this, to be looking able-bodied? And will I have the courage to use this and have people look at me funny if they don't think I look sick? So, just a second, I'm going to answer the phone. All right, back again. So, as I was saying, I'm going to need time to think about that and let my brain catch up with everything that's been happening. And perhaps I'm not alone in that. Maybe you've got something going on too that has happened so quickly. I mean, okay, last year, the pandemic, is our brain caught up with that yet? Or what things have happened. A lot of us have had losses during that year, job changes. I mean, all those things that sometimes you need to pause and have it all kind of turn over, marinate in the back of your mind. Okay, so I've got a funny story about when we went to Glacier Park a couple of years ago. We're going to drive going to the Sun Road because we needed to go from one part of Montana to another and might as well take the scenic route. And just a side note, if you're going to go now, you need tickets and they're probably sold out. So just an FYI PSA. Okay, so at the time we went, my knee and my ankle were acting up. At the time, my doctor thought it was because I was hiking a lot, and it was an overuse injury. It was something that was supposed to heal, but it was taking like a year. It was, it was my RA, my rheumatoid arthritis, but it was undiagnosed. So I couldn't walk very well. But I would just kind of power through and think, oh, it's just my injury. I'll just ice it when I get home. Anyway, so we wanted to stop one of the lodges and take a look because we've never been there before. And the parking was like, it was like the Hunger Games. You must survive. And everybody was like aggressive and, driving through slowly and putting their blinkers on and everything. And it was just like, and I'm thinking, I need to find a spot up front because I can't walk. And so finally I see one. And so I put my blinker on, and then there's a truck coming from the other way and they put their blinker on. And so we were waiting for the car to back up, and the guy comes and he yells at me. He says, "That's our spot. We've been waiting for, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, oh, and I'm thinking, but I can't walk. So we didn't park there, and there were some open spots near there, and they were handicapped. So next time we go to Glacier, I'm bringing this sucker with, because once you I may be okay at the parking lot, but in order to do any walking, I can only last so long. So I have no qualms in that area to use this thing there, and I'm actually looking forward to it because it will help so much. And yeah, we did end up not parking at that place and going down to a pullout a mile or so where there's nobody. So if you can't find a parking spot, there's lots of pullouts. This year, though, I think is crazy because everybody wants to come out and drive. But anyway, be aware that there might be crowds. So that's the story of, the very first thought was I'm going to Glacier and I'm going to be able to handle it better because I'll be able to find a spot to park. I'm hoping with the new medication, if it works for me, I'll be able to do more. Maybe I won't need this, but maybe I will. So that's what I have to share with you today. I would love to hear how you guys are doing. And by the way, when I say things about how I'm feeling, if I'm not feeling well, I'm not doing it so I will get sympathy. I'm just saying it because that's what I'm dealing with. That's the life. And that's just sharing with you a little slice of what it's like to have that, have conditions that you have to live with. So anyway, I hope you... Well, I don't know if enjoyed is the right word for it, but thank you for coming along with me today with my little story time, and I hope you have a joyful day. Goodbye.